As a woman over 50, are you a little worried or concerned about traveling alone in Southeast Asia? Would you like some tips to guide you? Hi, I'm Tammy, and I'm a solo female traveler as well, over the age of 50, who's been traveling through Southeast Asia now for 9 months. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 important tips that I feel that you should know while traveling through this region. And hey, if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm also going to give you a bonus tip on my thoughts if you should travel alone at all. Tip number 1, use the Grab app. It's a rideshare app in Southeast Asia that you can use on your phone, and I think it's the best. It's easy to use, there's no hassles, and there's no negotiating with the driver. You could pay cash, but you can also use your credit card, and that's the method that I personally prefer. There's a safety feature in the app that keeps track of you while you're traveling in the car. For example, if I'm a little late getting to my destination due to traffic or what have you, I'll get an instant alert asking me, are you okay? Have you made it to your destination? And then you can just tap yes or no. I love that safety feature. Not only will it deliver you, but it delivers takeout, groceries, and medication. Let me tell you, I needed medication when I was here in Bali. And I needed it bad. I didn't know that I could even go on there and get a doctor consult. Yes, I got a doctor consult for $1.50, okay? For 20 minutes. The doctor wrote me up a prescription after he asked my symptoms. He said, just pay for it, I'll have it delivered to you in under an hour. And sure enough, from start to finish, from the time I ordered my meds to the time I got them, 45 minutes. And you know how much 3 medications plus the doctor consult cost me? $16. Let's go. As you can see, we got the car, we got food, we got groceries, and we got medical. This app practically does everything. Tip number 2, tell them you're not from the USA. When you're in the Grab car, the first thing the driver is going to ask you is, where are you from? And in my personal experience, every time I tell them I'm from the USA, it seems like they get a little bit more excited and happy. And then the next thing I know, within that 10-minute drive that I just want to get to the coffee shop, they're trying to pitch a sale to me on additional driving services. They'll be like, oh, what are you doing tomorrow? Here's my card, here's my flyer. If you need any additional, if you need to go somewhere, you need a driver, I'm on WhatsApp, hit me up. So I'm getting sold in a 10-minute car ride every single time I say I'm from the United States. So I thought, you know what if I told them I was from a different country? Would they react the same? I experimented with that. Because after all, if you tell a little white lie about that, who cares? They're not going to ask for your passport. So I did say one day that I was from Canada. No, nothing against you Canadians. If you're watching, I love you. Okay, I met Canadians on the road. You guys rock. I'm just saying, if I say I'm from Canada, they don't seem to be as chirpy about selling me anything. In fact, I don't think they see too many Canadians out here. So that worked. So never opens up the door for further conversation. Or I picked a country out of South America. That was even better. I thought, I bet they really don't know about Uruguay. Most Americans don't know about Uruguay. So I told a driver the other day I was from Uruguay, and he really just had this puzzled look on his face. Where's that? And I said, South America. And he goes, South America? And then that was it. Conversation was over. Number 3, say you're not alone. The second most common question a Grab driver is going to ask you in the car is, are you traveling alone? I recommend you say, no, I'm with a girlfriend. And if they ask you, well, how come they're not with you now? Some of them get really nosy. Then you can say, I'm getting ready to meet up with them. And that just shuts down the rest of the questions. Because I've done it the other way, where I've said, yes, I'm solo traveling by myself. Then that just opens a can of worms of more questions. Then they want to know, are you single? You know, do you have kids? Like, they want to get deep into your business on a 10-minute ride. And I'm like, that gets old after a while, and it feels a little violating to me. I don't really owe a stranger in another country my whole life story. So I just feel it's better just to shut it down, tell them, no, I'm not alone, I'm meeting up with somebody. Like I said, you can either say girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband, whatever. Just make it up and close it down. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in the gear that I travel with, I've got some affiliate links below the video in the description. But let's get into the bonus tip. So, should you travel by yourself? Well, here's one thing I'm going to say to you first. Know thyself. Why am I telling you this ancient Greek saying? Because there's meaning in that saying. What they mean by know thyself is that you need to know your abilities, you need to know your limits, and you need to know your soul. Why? Because if you are not comfortable being by yourself, and you don't know how to entertain yourself when you're alone, and you're the type of person that has to be around others all of the time, then this may not be for you. For example, my native tongue is English, of course, as you can tell, and there's not many people here in Southeast Asia that speak good, fluent English to carry on a conversation with. And I'm not only talking about the locals, I'm talking about other travelers from all parts of the world as well. Yes, of course, you can download Google Translate on your app and use that to communicate with people, but that's on a very superficial level. You can only say a few words, you know, giggle and laugh a little bit, but you can't really carry on a deep, meaningful conversation. So technically, you're going to be alone. You're going to be alone in a room full of people. You're going to feel like a stranger in a strange land, which you are. You're going to be alone in restaurants, cafes, bars. You're going to be alone traveling magical sites like this. You're going to be alone. Not to mention, you'll be staying in your accommodations alone. So you see where I'm going with this? So if you're the type of person that cannot be alone in any of those type of situations, then solo travel may not be for you. You may, when you're on the road, you may have to take up a hobby to fill the downtime, the time that you have to yourself, like maybe starting a blog online and sharing your thoughts, or starting a YouTube video like I am, doing YouTube and sharing your thoughts. If you feel you can do it, but you're still sort of on the fence about it, I have a suggestion. Get out of your hometown and take a trip. Someplace you've never been. Spend the night, see how you feel. If that all feels good, go further out. Go to the next state. Spend a couple more nights alone out there. Go to bars, restaurants, if you go to bars, restaurants, cafes by yourself. Heck, even book a tour and go on it by yourself in another state. See how that feels. And also, stay in a hotel room about 2 or 3 nights alone. Can you feel the boredom of being alone in a hotel room by yourself? And now, if you're totally comfortable with all of that, then I say you're ready to hit the road, girlfriend. If you want to know more about how to avoid paying luggage fees, then click or tap the screen for the next video. Thanks for watching. My name is Tammy. Smash like if you got value, and I'll see you in the next one.